Why, might you ask, do I have trash sitting on my desk? And the reason that is today is because I want to share with you another dupe that I've been thinking a lot about in every Amazon package. And in fact, in most boxes, you receive a plethora of paper. Most of the paper is all wadded up like this. However, I want to challenge you to save the paper and utilize it in a lot of creative ways. So I'm going to show you a couple of different things that I think that we can do to actually use the paper that you pull out of the Amazon package as a junk journal. I want to start first, just like ASMR, I'm going to first start by flattening the entire thing out. Sometimes these have a perforation every so many feet. Notice lately that Amazon does not, or at least the paper that I'm getting like this does not. So again, we're going to flatten this out. For any of you who love vintage, grungy junk journals, this is definitely for you. I actually use this paper for a variety of things, including messy paper. So I'll lay it down underneath something that I'm working on that's messy as blotter paper. I've also cut it up and used it for things. I've also used it to create things like giant sheets where I've stuck down individual little pieces of paper and scraps and things to make kind of backgrounds for pages, as well as the underlayment to make my own washi tape. And so we'll look at a variety of things that you can make with this in this tutorial. So the very first thing I'm going to do, if I can wrestle this out of the dog's mouth, is to fold this it's 12 inches wide generally on these from Amazon. And I'm going to fold them down every 12 inches or so, kind of in an accordion fold, because what I'm going to end up doing is use the layers of paper to my advantage. Again, just folding back and forth every 12 inches or so. You could be really precious about this and be really exact, but I am not going to, because again, this is going to just be very grungy journal. If it rips a little bit or it's torn, that's okay. If the dog eats it in the process of doing all this folding, that's okay. Just about every piece that I've been getting lately, I mean, this piece alone was probably 30 feet long-ish. I think I'm going to cut it off right here and then use the rest of it for washi tape. Okay, so for this one, here we've got, at this point, I could have a tall, narrow book, right? I could fold it in half and it would be 12 by 6. I could kind of fold it over again, cut it, and then make a small book, which I think is what I'm going to end up doing on this particular one, because I think it would be really cute to have a little tiny book, which I don't do very often. Okay, so now I have 2 sets, and you'll notice some of these, we got folds on this side and individual pages. You definitely want to end on an even, so I have a little bit of extra here, which I don't think is going to matter as long as this one also has an uneven, which it does. Okay, we might end up having to cut it. So here we go. I have it like this, and I'm actually going to take my book and I'm going to fold it in half. And now I have a little book that I can, or a signature even, that I can put into a book. And it's a variety of pages. They're double paged. You could go in at this point, before you put all of this together, and actually glue the pages down to themselves if you want thicker, like glue this page to this page, which gives me a little bit thicker, more sturdy pages. Or you could even make these into pockets. So you could glue the bottoms of these, leave the top open, and then you have pockets that you can stick things in. So there's an infinite number of possibilities here, just using what is essentially trash. So I challenge you to grab your paper that comes in all of the packages. I get tissue paper, I get this paper, and I also get quite a bit of newsprint for some reason in some of the boxes and things that come in the mail. and I reuse all of it in fun and interesting ways. So there is a little tiny journal that you can make out of that. And again, you can fold this paper in any shape or size that you wanted, trim it down and whatnot. The other thing that I do a lot with the large pieces is I will actually collage over it with a variety of just junk and odds and ends. I keep an entire basket full of scraps and things from a variety of, just the odds and ends of things that I've cut off and whatnot. And then I will actually take it and I collage all over. So again, here's the back, here's that same brown paper, and I collaged all over the front of it in a variety of ways. And then I just cut it up into smaller strips and things so it will fit inside of my scrap baskets. But this enables me, I will collage it's tissue paper, other little junk pages, bits and bobs of book page and whatnot. And then I will a lot of times stamp or spray stencil over the top. And then I can use these as belly bands and a variety of things within a junk journal. What also might be really cool is if you did a big giant sheet of this or left the roll really long, you could actually make your own custom washi tape, right? It could be, you could cut it real thin and actually roll this up as washi tape. You could put stickers and all kinds of other things on here as well, and then just go over it with matte medium. So this is regular matte medium. This was probably a wash of white over the top just to make it lighter. And like I mentioned, then I had the iridescent pearlescent medium that I have added in and variety of things here. Make marks with your ink, stamps and other things, stencil on top, paint on top, write all over it. And it turns into some really cool fodder for your junk journal. Here's an example of a little tiny junk journal that I made utilizing this trash paper that I wanted to walk you through. So I have just a tie on the back, and the entire thing is made out of those papers. It's been stuck shut. This is a master sheet, which is just this paper with, it looks like I used tissue paper and other things, some pieces of doily and whatnot as the actual pages. Ooh, they're stuck together. And then I made these are made, the dresses themselves are a harder cardstock that was actually made out of old manila folders. So, but this entire book was put together with this whole thing was made with scrap pieces. So again, this page is just a 2-ply, I don't know if I can sit, of that same paper, a big master sheet that was like 36 inches by probably 12. I decorated it with a variety of other tissue paper and then went over it with the matte medium and then used that as a background for a really cute junk journal in a class that I was taking. So super cute way to do it. And then the hard covers on the outside are just like cereal box that's been covered in the same material. Threw on some additional medallions and things. And then I stuck on, I had some little pieces of stuff that I had cut out. And then I just ran a ribbon through here and turned it into a cute little junk journal out of basically trash materials. Happy junk journaling.